welcome to the next video, which will be the triplet. And we'll be playing the triplet no slower than 60 beats per minute. So let's get the metronome ready for that. 60 beats per minute, which is still quite relaxed, okay? So let's find it. Where is it? Oh, way past it. Here we are. There's the triplet, and we'll zoom out so you can see the whole page. There. So that's all the exercises there. So, triplets. All a triplet is an irregular group, which you will come to learn about when we do more musical theory. But that group of, that slur, excuse me, with the 3 in it, that tells you that that's a triplet. So this group of notes, we would play in compound time normally, because that's 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2 day. Okay, and we know the note beat note splits in half to make 2, but we've got 3 notes here. So in simple time, that doesn't quite add up. Okay, so we have to put a little slur over it to tell everyone that that's an irregular group, which is a triplet. And that will become easier to understand and to follow when we write music a little bit more. So to play the triplet, it's 1 day, 2 day. Okay, that's what we say when we play it. 1 day, 2 day. Some people will say triplet, triplet, whatever floats your boat. Okay, for me, I like to say 1 day, 2 day, just because we're still at this early stage where we're trying to count these notes like we did on all the other exercises. So saying 1 day, 2 day makes it a bit easier. And you've got your accents here. So on this first line, the accents are above the first beat and the second beat note. So every time you say 1 and 2, you're playing an accent. So you're getting this. 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2 day. And the rest of the taps are staying nice and low. And you'll also see, we've got a repeat mark. So we need to repeat it. So I reckon we could try that line. Nice and relaxed. 60 beats per minute, you'll be 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2 day. Let's try it. 1, 2, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2. Repeated. Day, 1 day, 2. And that would be your first line. Right, and I'm going to try it a couple more times. So if this is the first time you've ever played a triplet, then I do need to try it again. Alright, just so we can make sure we're all playing it and playing it properly. Again, notice how the accents are the same height on both hands. After the accent, I'm catching it, and everything else is nice and low. And I'm not pointing the stick towards Jupiter for this accent. We're keeping it nice and chilled out. So let's do that line again. 1, 2, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2. 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2. Done. And if we move on to the second line, you'll see, or you might not see, but it's the exact same as the first line. We're just swapping hands, so we're starting on the left this time, because we need to be able to play accents on both hands and triplets on both hands. So everything's swapped over. You're starting on the left, and instead of finishing on the left like you did before, we're finishing on the right. Don't stress about that, alright, because it's all hand to hand. You should naturally finish on that right tap anyway. And then we repeat it. So we'll try that whole line, repeated. Make sure you start on the left hands. Ready? 1, 2, 2 day, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2. And again, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2. And we'll do that line again. 1, 2, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2. And last time. And as always with exercises like this, if you're finding it hard and you're still not quite getting it, please don't move on with me now. Alright, don't move on to this third line. Let's rewind the video back and try these two lines until you're comfortable with it, and then move on to the third line. So third line, all we're doing is moving the accent around. Okay, so you're playing it with an accent there, not an accent. Accent, not an accent. So you're following where the accents are and where they are not. So you're getting 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2. And for me, when I'm learning these sort of things or teaching them, I'll get you to say this out loud. I'll get you to emphasize with your voice the accent. 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2. If you can say it, you can play it. All right. One of my old drumming tutors always said that to me. I used to think he was mad, but it makes sense. If you can say it and say it effectively, you are going to be able to play it. And I don't mean say it as in 1 of the 2, like, so you're not going to play 1 of the 2. You're going to play 1 day, 2 day. If you can say it like that, you're going to be able to play it. Absolutely, okay? So, that's third line. Let's play it and follow the accents. 1, 2, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2. Repeated. 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2. And I'll try that line again with the repeat. 1, 2, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2. 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2. Done. And again, if you're struggling with that, please try it again before you tackle this last line, which is the same as the line above. We're just starting on the left. Okay, so the accents are moving the same way they did above. So let's try that last line. Start on the left. 1, 2. 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2. 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2. And I'll do that line again. 1, 2. 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2. 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2. Done. And that would be the whole page. Done. So what I like to do again, and I'll do this with most pages, is I'll get you to play the whole thing, top to bottom, and I'll do it with you just now. Okay. Reason being, an assessor might turn around and say, just play the whole page. And you're like, I've not practiced the whole page. This is why we're going to do it, just in case they turn around and say, well, I want you to do the whole thing. So, top to bottom, each line repeated. First line first. 1, 2, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2. And again. 2 day, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2. Second line. 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2. 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2. Repeated. 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2. Third line. 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2. Repeated. 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2. 1 day, 2. Last line. 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2. 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2. And I'll do the whole page again, top to bottom. After 2. 1, 2. 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2. Repeated. 1 day, 2 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2. Second line. 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, the taps low between the accents. 1 AD, 2 AD, 1 AD, 2 AD, 1 AD, 2. Third line, 1 AD, 2 AD, 1 AD, 2 AD, 1 AD, 2 AD, 1 AD, 2. And again. 1 AD, 2 AD, 1 AD, 2. Last line. 1 AD, 2 AD, 1 AD, 2 AD, 1 AD, 2. Last time. 1 AD, 2 AD, 1 AD, 2 AD, 1 AD, 2. Done. And that, guys, would be the whole page done. And again, with these, 60 beats per minute is a minimum speed. So if you feel you're able to play it faster, then play it faster. Alright, but again, whatever speed you are for that first line, you need to be able to play all lines the same speed. So you wouldn't be ripping it on the first line and then slowing down the second and third. You need to keep them all the same speed. So if you find it really easy, then at that speed, then maybe stick with that speed. Alright, the slower speed. Alright, I find it very easy, but I would be knowing if I went into an exam and I thought, well, I'm comfortable with that speed, that's the speed I'm going in with. If I am not comfortable with that speed, I'd maybe take it up a little touch, but you can't bring it any slower than that 60 beats per minute. Alright, it has to be that speed. So again, keep playing them, keep practicing them. Next exercise is going to be the long roll from open to closed, which is basically your mummy daddies. So that'll be your next video.